Zharnel, let's talk about what it takes to be an Olympian and succeed at that level when it only comes around every 4 years. You've got to make everything happen in 9 seconds and what's the current world record? It's 9:58 is the world record.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, 9:63 is the Olympic record, and you've run it in 9:83. So the dream, the total dream, talk to me about the painstaking preparation and the lessons that you've learned in that sort of 4-year journey to get to this Olympic Games.
Well, there's the World Championships before it gets there. So you'd obviously use the World Championship to progress yourself. And then there's what you call the gap year, which will be the year before the Olympics. And in that year, you still want to ensure you prepare yourself accordingly, And when it comes around for the Olympic year, that's when things get turned up 10 times more. The workouts are extremely difficult. Sometimes you feel as if you're not recovering properly. Day in, day out sacrifices. The early morning in Jamaica, we get up like 5 o'clock in the morning and we have to be at the track by 6. We have to start the session at 6:30. And that's on a Saturday. And just those preparation, those bits that you have to, where you want to lay in because the week has been so difficult. You just want to lay in and rest. It's very difficult where, you've been working so hard tirelessly and hoping that everything will be the way you want it to be. And sometimes my training partner and I, we sit down and we talk about that. He said, look here, man, look at all this hard work you're putting in just to run 9 seconds, 9:8, 9:7, 9:6, 9:5, tirelessly. I'm telling you, I'm rolling sometimes on the ground. I may be on my back for so long, but this is going to get a little graphic. And sometimes I have to instantly get up and I have to puke because I'm in so much pain. My body is going through so much. There are days where I come home and I just lay my mat down in the living room and I just lay there, tired, can't catch myself. But what keeps you going is knowing that this is the Olympics. This is where everything can change for you. This is every athlete's dream, and the reward at the end of the day when you stand on that podium can be one of the most life-changing experiences you can ever have. And that's the event that everyone looks up to. That's when the world stops for that 9 seconds, and they completely zone in and look forward to who can be the world's fastest man. And in that moment, you achieve that, and the world sees that, and then they remember. They'll never forget that moment. So I mean, the preparations for it is difficult, but the reward is going to be sweeter. So that's what we try to put into our heads, that, the journey to get there is not the easiest road, but just know when you get to the destination, it'll be worth it.
And what is the sort of thing that you've probably learnt most about yourself on that journey?
Patience. That's what I've learned.
Sometimes and have you had to train yourself to get better? Have you had to Did you start from a place of being an impatient person and you had to learn how to become more patient? How did you do that?
Well, you see, because as an athlete, you want success so badly. Sometimes when you want it, no, that's not the time. It's just not your time yet, And this is where I could have easily given up after what happened to me in Tokyo. I could have given up and said, what, to heck with this, I'm done. But there's this, just as I said, there's a burning desire within you. And for me, as I said, I want to be able to look back and said, okay, I've achieved everything that I can possibly achieve in the sport of athletics. And just that desire of wanting to achieve by getting an Olympic medal, that keeps you going every day. And obviously, there's seasons where things don't always go the way you want it to go. But there's something that you've learned throughout the season that you can get, that you've gained, that you can go over into the next season with, and still try again. Because when you're building a house, for instance, you have to lay a proper foundation, obviously, and you're in the Caribbean they build with steels and stuff like that. So if those things aren't placed correctly, obviously things can tumble down. But does that mean you give up on building the house? No. You knock it down, you start again. You know what I mean? So that's how I see it. I see it like that. Not because it doesn't go the way you want it to go the first try, doesn't mean it has come to a complete failure. It just means that you have to look, reassess, reanalyze, go again, build.
The idea, though, just finally, the idea that you can reconcile yourself with putting in all that effort and all that work and all that training and all that sacrifice and then still be able to say, maybe it just wasn't my time yet. That seems extraordinary to me. That takes a real inner courage, doesn't it, to be able to do that? Actually, it's sort of otherworldly to be able to, be comfortable with that.
Listen, honestly, it's not the most satisfying thing you could ever experience. Honestly, it hurts. It hurts. Because as an athlete, you want that success, because you have your sponsors looking at you. You have the rest of the world looking at you. You have your country looking at you. So you want to succeed. And in the moment, it just sometimes doesn't go your way, but you just have to beat yourself up for the 24 hours or the week and then just pull yourself back up again. Because you can't allow yourself to stay there stuck mentally, emotionally. It's draining. It is draining. There are days where, like for instance, you start off your season hasn't kicked off the way you're hoping for it to be kicked off. You start to question yourself. Oh, what's happening? But I think I'm doing this and stuff like that. So you start to beat up yourself. But when you're beating up yourself and not allowing yourself to actually, hey, composure, things can continue to go down the bad road, So that's how I see it. You can't be stuck in that moment for too long. You have to dust yourself up and, hey, keep your chin up and keep going, man. Keep going. The road to success is not an easy road. And, my mom says God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. And there are times where the battle is tough, but you've been prepared for it. It's just that you have to tap into that self-belief that, hey, I know I can do this. I know I'm capable. And it's just being committed and putting in the time that needs to for you to achieve that success.
Your mum sounds like a very wise lady. Thank you, Zharnel.
Oh, she is. Thank you very much. You're welcome.